This 2004 Volkswagen Passat. This car is an all-wheel drive and it has the 1.8 liter 4-cylinder turbo engine. Okay, what we're going to do next is just to get a small screwdriver or a small pick and then remove the center cap. There we go. What we're going to do next is get a 17mm torque spit socket and then put this over our axle nut and then get our pry bar, put it over that. And then what I'm going to do next is get a long piece of pipe, put it over my pry bar, and then that's going to give us more torque, and then we can get this axle nut loose. Alright, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay, now with that axle nut loose, now we can raise and support this side. Here's a look at our CV axle, and these axles, they don't have a spline on this transmission side. This is only attached to the transmission by these bolts around the circumference of the CV axle. So we're gonna need to remove those bolts, but first we're gonna remove this shield. There are 3 bolts that are holding this shield in, and it's gonna require a 6mm Hicks bit socket. And when you put this on, you wanna make sure you push it in all the way, because certain debris gets in between in the holes for the socket for the bolts, and then if your socket is not seating properly all the way in, you're gonna strip the inside of the bolt, and then you're gonna have a hell of a time trying to get that bolt loose. So make sure you push it in all the way. If you have some brake clean, just go ahead and spray the bolts down. It's gonna help get the debris out from the inside of them. Therefore, your socket can sit in all the way. There we go, third and last. And here's the shield. Time to get these bolts off, and for these you'll need a 10mm triple square bit. And these are available at almost any auto parts store. These are the standard size, I think they have them from 6mm to 10 or 12 or something. But yeah, that's what you're gonna need. And for this one, we also need a 13mm socket. We put it over it. And then again, make sure when you put this in, it's seated all the way, and all the teeth are engaged inside the bolt. There we go. Also, if you have a hard time accessing some of them, you can always just put the car in neutral temporarily, and then rotate these shafts to get more access to one or more of these bolts. So after removing all the bolts, we're going to detach this from the transmission side. Now this is on there. This is the original CV axle, and it's on there pretty tight. Some rust has settled in, so we're just going to get a small hammer and try to hit it to get it to get loose. Okay. There we go. Now with this loose, we're just going to push it up and to the back. Now to the front. Before we can completely remove this bolts, we want to make sure you can press on it and that the CV joint here is not stuck. If it's stuck, you want to spray some PV blaster in here, hit this with a hammer, make sure it's in most of the way, and then you try it again, try pushing it in, and you'll get it loose eventually. Then you remove this bolt. Okay, you know what? We need to turn this all the way to the left. That way we'll have more space open up here, and we can get this axle out without removing anything else. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna turn the steering wheel. Okay, now with the steering wheel turned all the way to the left, we should have enough space to push this through. There we go. Almost there. Hooray. All right, here we go. Out, free and clear. When you get the new one, make sure you take it out of the box, put it next to this, and make sure everything matches. The length, those rings up front for your ABS sensor, and everything is a set. Okay, so just got back from the store, got ourselves our new CV joint. Now we're just gonna throw this back on here. Basically, installation is just gonna be a reversal of removal. You just put this side in first. Make sure you get it to the side. Then we're gonna put the side with the splines into the hub first. There we go. There's this side. Just line this up with the bolt holes that go onto the flange, and we'll start putting those bolts in. And these bolts that go onto the flange, you probably want to put a couple of drops of blue Loctite on these, because you never want these to come loose. And you want to run these by hand just so you're sure you're not cross-threading them. And also you want to go in a crisscross pattern, in a star pattern. So you do one up top, then on the bottom, then come back here, then to the left, back to the right, and that's how you're going to go. Next we're going to torque these down, and the torque spec for these bolts is 33 foot-pounds. Next we put this shield back on. Okay, I need to make a correction. The torque spec for these ⴘⴘ M10 bolts are 52 foot-pounds, but if they are M8, it's going to be 30 foot-pounds. Okay, next, in order to torque down our axle bolts, we need to get the wheel on and tighten it down and then get the car on the ground. Torque spec for our axle bolt is 140 foot-pounds and then a 180-degree turn. Okay, so first we're going to get it to 140 foot-pounds. Next we'll do our 180 degrees, which means basically from this angle going one complete half a turn to this side. Okay? I'm going to start with my pry bar, and then I'm going to start using the pipe over this. That's all there is to it, folks. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more like it. And also check out these related videos that I'll put on the side of the screen that you can click on. And if you want to support Wrenches and Wrenches and bringing you more videos, check out my support page, of which I'll put a link down below this video and in the description box as well. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.